Hi, this is Mary Morrissey, author of two best-selling books, No Less Than Greatness and Building Your Field of Dreams, which became a PBS special. Our topic today is, what does it mean to be great? And what is living a life of greatness really about? Most of us have been trained that great is in comparison to somebody else. And we look at someone like Steve Jobs and we go, wow, he is or was a great innovator. Or someone who achieves well in sports and they're just great at their sport, or they're great at something. I think what we're really talking about today is not just great at performance of some kind or great at business. We're talking about another kind of greatness, a kind of greatness that is your greatness, as no one else can bring forth greatness. See, you didn't create you. I didn't create me either. The fact that your eyes opened this morning, or that your eyes are even open to be able to watch a YouTube video, is really a precious and sacred thing that's going on with you and me right now. And it is this thing called life. Life pulled us into existence. And you and I don't even have the power to beat our heart one time. There's something wonderful happening with us. And the seeds of a unique greatness are in each and every one of us. And when we compare ourselves to someone else, it's one thing to notice greatness as it's expressed in a Steve Jobs or a Michael Jordan or any other person, a great dancer, someone who you go, oh my gosh, that was a great dinner, that was a great party, that we can notice greatness in all kinds of endeavors. And then if we're not careful, the temptation is to compare my greatness with someone else's greatness. And comparison despair is a cycle that many, many people get stuck in, and often get stuck in that for years and years of their life. I was in Canada one time speaking, and I happened to be there during the Olympics. In the US, when our broadcasters are broadcasting about our athletes in the Olympics, there's pretty much one thing we're talking about, and that is medaling. We're interested in the gold and the silver and the bronze, and we're comparing regarding whether or not we're going to get silver, bronze, or gold. And there's nothing wrong with wanting that level of achievement. But I was struck by the Canadian broadcasters, because every athlete that got up, they said, today can be the day for their personal best. Today can be their personal best. And then they would say how fast they did or what kind of score they got last time. And the goal was not to beat somebody else. The goal was to be your best in that moment, in that day, in that event. I took that seriously for myself because I'd had a fair amount of comparison despair at that early age of my professional life, and comparing other people's careers who seemed more successful than mine, or people who were doing what I thought was better than me. And I decided, okay, I'm going to take this and take it personally, and I'm going to practice being my best version of myself today. And I set some goals on a daily basis, so that I could achieve just a little more of being, more of who I wanted to be today than yesterday. And I found something interesting. You know, it was Winston Churchill who said, responsibility is the price we pay for greatness. And you take that word responsibility. Every one of us has a capacity to choose our response and not just our reaction. That we have the ability to control our own thinking, and nobody gets to think our thoughts today but you or me. So I want to encourage you that greatness is something that's in you right now in a unique way, as unique as your fingerprint or your soul print. And great moments can happen spontaneously. There's a moment you see that flower blooming and you didn't just pass it by. You paused and you saw the whole universe alive in that opening flower. You saw a mom and a little girl, and you saw that exchange of love between them, or boy, or whatever. You just see it, and you begin to radiate a presence of being your best self today, more than you've ever been before. And if you forget, all you do is hit the refresh button and start fresh, because that greatness is breathing you. It called you into being. It knows you by name. It gave you a name. I am. You and I cannot even say the words, I am, except that power within us rises up into self-awareness and proclaims itself, I am. And if we're not careful, we'll lay that I am on the altar of a person who it never works out for. I am not very good in love. I am, but not you. Somehow you found your way to this video. Somehow you are interested in greatness. And today I'm simply here to remind you that you're interested in it because it's interested in you. It's called you by name. It's brought you into existence. It's seated you with wonder. You can be a better you today than ever before. And to support you with that, I've created a resource. And all you have to do is click below. And it's absolutely possible. In fact, it's predictable if you do this, that you absolutely begin living a life you truly love living. I'm Mary Morrissey. I'm glad you came today.